Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Bev Wilson, and I teach in the Department of Urban and Environmental Planning at UVA. Unfortunately, I can't be with you in person today, but I did want to take a few minutes to describe some of the wonderful work that came out of a course that I led during the fall of 2023. So last semester, I taught a class called Civic Technology Principles and Practice that's really designed to connect graduate and undergraduate students at UVA with local government staff, community-based organizations, and other stakeholders doing planning or planning adjacent work on the ground in communities around Virginia. So this class in particular focuses on bringing data and technology to bear on issues of importance to our external partners and to the people they serve. So civic technology refers to tools and processes that leverage data analysis, mapping, modeling, storytelling, etc., to support problem solving or to pursue common goals. This could mean leveraging data and technology to pursue more effective and transparent government. It could mean connecting participants in the sharing economy. It could involve supporting localized social networking. Many of us are members of platforms like Nextdoor, for example, or public participation and social activism. But one of the central values and tenets of civic tech is that we build with and not for others, which is why the opportunity to work with the RAFT, with Naomi, Fancy, Wayne, and with Garrett was so important to the success of this class. We would 100% not have been able to achieve as much as we did in the class without their support and their involvement. So there were 12 students in the class, and 8 of these were undergraduates. We were also very fortunate. We were able to visit Petersburg on September 15th of 2023. You can see a few of the photographs that I took during that visit here. So one of the groups developed a web application to support the development of a public broadband network in Petersburg. So the map that you see here is just a screen capture of this web application. And among other things, this map shows populations of interest under the Digital Equity Act, important locations around the city, commercial and industrial zone properties, and perhaps more to the point, a proposed broadband coverage map. So the students in this group used a web tool that's made available by the vendor of the infrastructure that the city is considering in terms of getting the equipment necessary to build out this network. But basically, that web tool is not very user-friendly. And I think the value added for the work that the students did was to figure out and to visualize where the areas of greatest coverage are likely to be under a given configuration of that equipment. And that's what's shown here. The darker areas are where we would expect there to be the strongest signal in terms of connecting people to broadband under this scenario. I should also say that the students in this group also produced a written report with case studies of other localities that have pursued similar projects, as well as specific recommendations. This is really timely because the Biden administration has pledged recently to extend broadband to all households by 2030. So another group of students, so the second group, conducted a series of analyses to better understand where electric scooters might be used to bridge first mile, last mile gaps and packaged their findings in a dashboard. So for those who might not be aware with this terminology, first mile, last mile problems refer to challenges that people might encounter when trying to get from, say, their home to a bus stop, or say from a bus stop to their place of work, for example. So in addition to access to bus stops, this group considered access to activity centers writ large in Petersburg, as well as the socioeconomic and demographic characteristics of residents in the city. Their written report also summarizes what other cities have done to manage scooters and offers recommendations for a micromobility ordinance should Petersburg decide to go down this road in the future. The third group of students worked with Petersburg Healthy Options Partnerships, or PHOPs, to visualize access to healthy food in the city. Their deliverable was a story map that provides more background and context on how food access is related to transportation infrastructure and residential segregation patterns, among other things as well. The final group of students worked closely with the McKinney Foundation and the Petersburg Public Library to document the city's civil rights history. So about 20 years ago, the Petersburg Public Library completed interviews with 10 to 12 individuals related to local civil rights history. So students in the class last semester digitized all of these videotaped interviews and uploaded them to YouTube, and also created written transcripts of those interviews that are available. They also created a story map deliverable that helps to communicate Petersburg's important role in the civil rights movement, and also includes a visual representation of the Halifax Triangle based on historic sources like Sanborn maps. Because a university course only lasts for about 15 weeks, the convening and sustaining role of the Resilience Adaptation Feasibility Tool, or the RAFT, is crucial for getting the most out of university community collaborations. Naomi and IEN staff working on implementing the RAFT in Petersburg made it as easy as possible for me as an instructor to design and deliver a course like this that aims to harness data and technology to advance the public interest on the ground. Thanks very much.